Alright, hello, welcome to HTML Web Design Lesson 8. We're going to learn how to create hotspots, and this is kind of a tough topic, so I'm going to go through a couple ways of showing you how to do it. First, we're going to go through a PowerPoint. So, creating hotspots. What is a hotspot? A hotspot is a hyperlink that can be accessed by clicking in a designated area on a web page. So, for example, the web browser on the left shows just a picture, and if you were to click anywhere in that green circle, it would open up the next web page on the right. So just in that area, that is like a link, a hyperlink, but in that hotspot, only in that circle, and that's how you link to the next page. And you see this a lot like on different menu areas. Like it might be a really elaborate menu and they use hotspots to link the pages instead of linking an actual picture or text. You can do this if you have like a big image and you want to showcase, let's say it's a football uniform, you want to showcase the shoes and the jersey, and you could click off of that picture. So the hyperlink code stays the same, the A hyperlink reference, but there's some extra steps that need to be done. First, we need to create an image map, and we'll do that using Paint. You're going to choose hotspot shapes, image locations. You're going to designate the hotspot shape using coordinates on Paint, and then you're going to hyperlink to coordinated documents. This is quite an elaborate process. Okay, so the first thing, you need to create an image map, and if you're following along with your note sheet, here's kind of how you're going to get started. So the image source and the width and the use map is how you designate a map, and then to say this is the map we're using, or to start telling about the map, you're using map name. So an image map uses pixel placement coordinates to specify points of interest on the picture. This is how you create hotspots. So I'm going to show you this in detail, but for example, here on the left it's a picture of an elk, and you can see as you draw your mouse over the tip there, in the bottom left hand corner, it gives you coordinates, a pixel coordinates, so 3540, and that's going to be one of the coordinates for a hotspot. Alright, so there's 3 different hotspot shapes, and there's a rectangle, a circle, and a polygon. The rectangle, you would designate the top left coordinate and the bottom right coordinate. The circle, you would designate the center coordinate, and then the radius is in pixels. And a polygon, you would designate all 4 corners. So you start at the top left and you go clockwise. Now, how you actually write this is a little more elaborate. So you're going to say, in the tag, this is inside your map. You look at the bottom here. So you designate what image you're going to use. You say use map, and you give the map the name. Then use that same name under map name, and you designate the area. And you say what kind of shape it is. So it's either polygon, rectangle, circle, and then you define the coordinates. So the coordinates, you need to make sure you have enough for every point. So like for example, the circle, it only has 3 coordinates, but the rectangle will have 2 spots, but each spot has a vertical and a horizontal coordinate, and then the polygon has 8 different numbers that you use. You close the map. Then you close the map, and that keeps all the information together. Again, I'm going to show you this later. Okay, and then you link. So you're going to link this inside the area tag. href, and then you link it to whatever page you're doing or picture, whatever, inside the area tag. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So, one, I have a web page here, Hotspot Demo. It just has a picture of an elk, and I have that elk picked up here on the Paint. So let's just go ahead and we're going to make basically a square hotspot region. Okay, so I just drew that so we can see, but it's normally going to be invisible, this hotspot, but I just drew it so we can start doing the coordinates. Okay, so see, if my mouse is on the top left coordinate, at the bottom, it's 323109 is the first coordinate. And the other coordinate would be 63344. So how do we link this? I have my code right here. Okay, let's do a little halvesies. Alright, so I have my background, I have my image source, We are going to do the mapping, and if you needed a refresher, we're going to go open up this hotspot. Okay, so we have our image source. You want to say use map equals, and then we name it. So use map equals, and the pound gives a name. We're going to say elk. Then we're going to start our map. Map name equals, and you got to use the same name, elk. Okay, and we're going to do area shape equals rectangle, and our coordinates are, let's open up our paint. So our first coordinates are 323,108, comma 108, 323, comma 108. Our bottom coordinates are 628,342. And we end the quotations on there. We're going to close our map, close our body, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and save the picture, save my notepad, and let's try this out. Oh, but we didn't say where we want it to go to. So we have our area, shape, coordinates, and we want it to go hyperlink reference. Let's see if we'll go to Google. Okay, save. So let's open up this guy. Okay, we need a refresh. So there's our square, right? Here's our hyperlink. Now if we click anywhere in the square, it'll take us to Google. And again, normally you don't have that red square on there. It's invisible. Okay, so anywhere in the square that you go. Now if you go outside the square, see how your hand, your pointer moves? It's no longer an option. So if we take that square out of there, let's try it. Which I don't know if it'll let us, okay? Say we take that square out of there, it still is a hyperlink, right? Because we use those coordinates. Let's go ahead, I'll show you how to do a circle. Okay, I'll go ahead and put both of these in there. So we're going to do area, shape, equals, circle, coordinates. We know that we're going to have some. And we're going to hyperlink reference this to Google as well. Okay. And we're also going to do a polygon. Now remember, you always want to have the HTTP in there or it won't work. So let's find our coordinates. Open up Paint. Okay, let's do our circle right here on the rhombus. So I'll draw it so you can see it. Okay. We'll have our circle right here. Okay, so our area shape circle, we know that we had the center, which is about right there, 240, 411. Okay, so 240, 411. Then we go all the way, so if we start at 240, 411, what's the radius? So remember, radius is only half of the distance between both sides. So we start at 240, we went all the way to 302, so that's 62 pixels. Okay, I'm going to save this. We're going to save both of these so I can show you the difference. Open up our web page. Let's refresh. Now we have the circle, and this should take us to Google. Okay, you have to be inside that circle. Let's go ahead and go back to Paint, delete that circle, refresh, and we still have the hyperlink there. Okay, so it's all about the coordinates. Alright, let's go ahead and do the last one of the polygon. Now, a polygon has basically four sides, right? And it can be four sides that don't necessarily have to make a square. They can make any type of shape. They can make a diamond. It really doesn't matter. So we'll make our polygon look like this. Okay, we have four sides, four corners. So let's go ahead and put in our coordinates. Now you start at the left corner and you go all the way around. Okay, so let's see. At this corner it's at 360, 440. Okay, so our first one, 360, 440. Our next coordinates would be, and again I'm seeing these at the bottom left hand corner, 588, 366. And you put commas in between each one. Let's find the third coordinates. 749. Type these in here. 749 and 434. Okay, and then the bottom coordinate would be 506, 682. Alright, now let's save these. We'll save both of them so we can see our coordinates. Open her up, refresh. Okay, we have our polygon, and it's all linked. It should link straight to Google. I think I put that in there. Oh, see, spelling error. Okay, save. There we go. Anywhere in this polygon will link to your hyperlink. So let's go ahead and take the picture off again so you can see what it looks like. Save it. Refresh. You still have that link there. So remember, we have a link, a circle, or a square around the antlers, a circle on the rear, and a polygon up here. Okay, so that'd be different areas of your picture. And your code is going to look like something like this. So you got to remember to first choose the image you're going to use for your map. You tell them what map you're using, because you might have more than one map on a page. And that's why you choose the name. So use map equals, and the pound, just like in color, it tells that, okay, here I'm going to enter some information that you're going to need. Then this is how we declare our map. So you give the map a name, you signify what area you're going to use, what shape type, and then you define the coordinates. And remember to hyperlink inside the area tag. Okay, so now your assignment is to choose an image and link each shape. Okay, so you need to have a rectangle, a circle, and a polygon, and they all need to link from the one photo. Now the thing is here too is, let's say you choose one last thing to tell you. Let's say you choose an image that's too small. So you open up your page and maybe it's only a quarter of the size. So you can edit that in Paint. So you open your image, you would go to resize, okay, and you can resize by percentage, so, or even pixels, but I usually do percentage. So if you have a small picture and you want it to be twice as big, you type in 200. That's 200% larger. So you can change that in Paint by going to resize. Alright, good luck, and if you have any questions, remember to ask.